Hello, fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sag. This is your general coming from me, so let's move on into it. I feel like someone keeps wishing for something, and it's showing me like a wishbone being broken in half, and it's a win or lose situation, like you're longing or you're wishing. Like, I don't know if anyone used to get the grandma to give you, like, the turkey wishbone or whatever. That was a thing, okay? That was a thing. And it's like someone needs to look for, like, community. Friends, family, whatever, community. Because wishing, I mean, yes, a lot of assumption and stuff, but you got to make the actions align with the wishing so you get a positive response. Okay, the mere act of faith and hope, of course, it can keep us positive through, like, difficult times, but you gotta also rekindle the belief in yourself that things will work out, and, you know, put action behind it, where you have the ability to attract things that work in your favor. Hey, Deusa! Because I got something about unexpected events and like a rude awakening. Because there are lessons that need to be learnt. And like our experiences need to be looked at properly that had an impact on us. To learn to take what comes at us so we can regain and like recover from that. Okay, you can't always control things. You can't get out of things' way. I can't even predict everything, friends. People think we're like Burger King. No, that's not how a spiritual gift works. But there is something about a short lifespan, kind of connected, like possibly a pet that you've had for less than like 7 months or something. However, there's something about winning in that too, because you gave them love, because you didn't have a community, so that was your love, that was your support, but you don't need to get lost in it. It's like a rigid mind that's not good for you. And it's like life is boring, you know. Well, you are tenaciously bringing that in to your being. That's where the wishes and the actions are not lining up from my meditation, okay? You may actually be shocked if you were to actually take one step positively. And when people are like, oh, see what happens, I did something good and something bad happened. No, friend. No. You did that, and therefore you put it out into the world, you know, that this always happens to you when you try to do something good. So therefore, you bring it into existence because you have that stepping into it. You did not do that with the kindness of your heart. Subconsciously, people do not put that into, you know, perspective here. And you have to do that. You have to understand, if you have years of cleanup to do, one good act is not going to get you out of that. You have, you know, a steady stream of cleanup, and that's what gets you out of the hole, because there's a violent breakdown of what you've been doing with your patterns and your habits. And I'm not trying to be horrible, but if you come here to actually grow instead of love, light, and prosper, okay, I am darkness then light, because I am reality. I am the shadow worker, okay? And your attitude and your own self-imposed, you know, comfort of you think everything's going to get you is restraining you, okay, on a soul level. So your everyday thoughts is what's keeping you bound. It's not liberating you, and you don't really know what to do. Well, that's the confusion. That's how you search for a way forward, the community, or you get into community, or you get into, if you have addictions, you find group support, you know, stuff like that. And you start picking up the pieces and you start putting them back. Okay? Like, what part of your life would you like to build differently, and you leave room for growth, because that's what this is, right? Instead of being down in a swamp of misery and boredom and pain, that's how it's going to remain until you voluntarily sacrifice those habits and those patterns and those thoughts for better. Okay? True meaningful sacrifice is ourselves, our time, our energy, our attitude, our beliefs, and getting out of those patterns. You dedicate yourself to some type of service, some voluntary, meaningful thing. Okay? To break loose the cement that you have put yourself into, friends. Alright. I'm going to pull a crystal card. A Livanite. We all hold on to guilt from our past. I know you guys can't see this, but thank you, Spirit. These things weigh our spirit down and prevent us from growing. This is a natural and powerful spiritual cleanser. Hold to the throat and say aloud the guilt you're holding on to. As you speak the words, the guilt will disappear. I'm going to spell this stone for someone out there. Olivinite. Livanite. Wow, friends. I can't make this up. Anyways, if this resonated with you, hit the like, hit the comment. You don't have to subscribe. Okay? I'll catch you later.